Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 33 of my Gateway Experience. I made a mistake yesterday. I said it was episode 31 when it was actually 32. So today is episode 33. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome. The purpose of these videos is to document my journey through the Monroe Institute's Gateway Experience. The Gateway Experience is a series of 6 waves with 6 tapes in each wave. I am currently on the first wave, and today was my last day, or my 10th day, doing the 5th tape called Exploration Sleep. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, go ahead and check those out, as I will be referencing what we've learned so far in this video. So just for a reference point, if you get lost, you don't have to, but you might as well watch this one since you're already here. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. Right now, it is September 26th, 2022, and it is 8:58 a.m. This morning, I woke up at 7:20 a.m. Last night, I went to sleep at 10 p.m., right around there. So pretty good. I got quite a bit of sleep, more than usual, or more than recently. And I could have waken up earlier. I did wake up earlier because my alarm went off, but I just didn't have the desire to wake up at that time. I could have probably gotten more stuff done, but I don't really have anything pressing right now. I love making these videos, and so when I went back to sleep, I experienced some dreams, and it was like me playing soccer, and I used to play soccer when I was a little kid. So that was really cool, learning more and more, remembering more about myself and who I am, and what we're all capable of, pretty much anything that we put our mind to. Man, I'm really going fast here. Anyway, yeah, so after I woke up at 7:20, I went ahead and did my morning routine, and then I went into that exploration sleep tape, and it was good. It was natural. It was familiar because I've been doing it. And so I went ahead and did my pre-preparation process. And then as I went into my Focus 10, I had an easy time putting away uh, unnecessary thoughts, distractions into my energy conversion box. And that's something that I noticed. My mind was very clear, and I added something to the affirmation, and that was something along the lines of, I relinquish all of my expectations, and in so doing, allow the experience and allow myself to receive whatever the experience has to give to me. And because of that, when I went into the, oh, and I also followed, so I allowed the sound frequencies and vibrations to be my guide throughout the entire practice. And when I did that, I went through a series of visions. And the first one that I can remember was, allowing myself to get out of my body. And as I was turning um, to the right, so I was turning to go out of body, I found it difficult. I found it like I was forcing myself to separate. But I was at least feeling like I was leaving this vessel. So I was no longer associating myself with this vessel, physical body here. I was more associated with my energetic body, and but I still found it difficult. I was scared, is what it is. That's it. That's all it is. I was scared until I fully let go, and then I went into those visions, which who knows? I think that those visions were not necessarily out of body. I think if I wasn't as scared to like separate, I could potentially have done that easier and then potentially floated and seen my body laying there. But the fear is really deeply rooted within us. It's a basic instinct that we have. So I'm gonna keep playing with it and keep, telling myself that everything's gonna be okay, and see what happens as we move forward. But the visions that I did see, the last one that I remember was it was a lot like a dream, you know. But the man, it was great because it was a video that I was watching. So I saw myself watching a video, you know, and in this video I was wearing a white gi and I was practicing karate moves against someone else that was wearing a black gi. And when I was watching it, I thought, okay, this is from the past because how could I be watching a video of something that hasn't happened yet? But I have never done that before. I don't practice karate or any kind of martial art. I used to do like jujitsu, but I was a white belt. I didn't really get into like the deeper levels of it. But for whatever reason, I found myself there. And as I was going through the moves and like showing somebody else how to defend themselves, I did like a flip, and then I landed, and I did like I went like one of those things. I like to like come back, when people do like a bunch of different moves and kicks and punches and everything. They do like a coming back to the present moment type of practice. And so I did that, and as I did that, I felt my body become full of energy. I went away from that vision. The vision ended as my vision of myself did what it did, and I felt my body become full of energy, just a wash, a wave of energy go through my body, and the tape ended at that time. It was really funny the way it lined up. And so that felt good. That was my 10th day doing it. Um, in the previous videos, I've wrapped up like when I did my Focus 10 and my uh, release and recharge tape. I kind of did like a recap on the last few videos. And I feel like I already did that for this one, sort of. But maybe let's just go through it real quick right now so that it can be kind of maybe something that I do every time. So, I mean, just the amount of gratitude that I have for this Monroe Institute Gateway Experience tapes is unmeasurable. Some of the ways that I can begin to communicate them would be to talk about the fear versus love, the mindsets, and the things that we go through as human beings. And really, love is an expansive force that allows us to increase our consciousness. And fear is a contracting force that forces us to separate ourselves from the greater universe. And so that's something that I've learned. We went through it first by becoming more aware of ourselves in the first with the going from the C1 to the Focus 3, which is just becoming aware of our thoughts. And then by becoming aware of our thoughts, we then become aware of our emotions and we're becoming aware of our body. And then as we went into from meditating on our thoughts, we went into the resonant tuning, which is very similar. I mean, it's the process that we go through every day. It's literally my pre-preparation process that I still do, that I still did today. And that is looking at the energy conversion box and allowing any kind of thoughts of anxieties or worries or distractions to go into the energy conversion box. Then as we close that energy conversion box, we know that none of those things can get out of that. So we can just put that aside and turn away. And as we do that, we start to focus on our breathing. We do a resonant tuning. And after we are tuned up and we breathe in new energy and release old and tired and used up energy, we can pool all that energy in our head and then allow it to shoot out of us. And we create our resonant energy balloon called the rebound. And then after we consider our rebound, we can go into Focus 10, which is just fully allowing our body to become go to sleep, and then while remaining fully alert and awake in our mind, so that we can be in control and aware of the experience that we are going through. And so that allows us to then go into the next step, which is just what I was just practicing, the exploration sleep, which is just to fully go into a state of total relaxation, and then that way overcoming the fears so that we can go out of body. And those things, that entire process has taught me that what I just stated is that it's really all about loving ourselves and overcoming our fears. And by practicing it every day, we can see how, and we can remember who we really are and what we really are. And we can approach our daily lives from that perspective. And I know it's hard sometimes because we have trauma in our past, something that we've cleaned out, for example, for myself, through the release and recharge tape. And then now that I'm exploring sleep, it's even hard because of the fear of death, because eventually we will die. But knowing that, and knowing that death is just another step in our journey, because we are more than our physical body, as our affirmation states, we can be comfortable in knowing that this is just one part of our greater experience. And that even after we die, because we are made of energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed, we just know that, and we can remember that is who we are and what we really are. And so the great thing about it is coming back to the present moment, we can live our lives with that in mind, and we can love others and help them remember. And as we help others remember, we can all raise our consciousness and expand to become more and more aware. Now, it is true that we need to defend ourselves sometimes because others are in a different state of mind where they want to be servants of the darkness and contract. But by remembering and by practicing and by becoming aware and understanding that they're in fear and that fear does not serve us any longer, we can really serve others and serve the greater good and expand and allow our consciousness to expand by knowing and understanding that we are no different from the other. And if somebody else suffers, we also suffer. And so moving forward to our final destination, we can raise the consciousness of our entire planet and have a better experience. And, perhaps experience greater realms of existence and have things like free energy, and, there's so many other things. But it all starts with ourselves. And so that's why I'm so grateful for this gateway experience. I think that it's very expansive, and it allows us to really dive deep into who we are. And in so doing, we can know ourselves and know the rest of the reflections of ourselves that we see all around us. So, with all that being said, I'm going to ask you guys, what do you got going on? What's the next step on your journey? As simple as that. Whether it's today's Monday, so you're looking for Wednesday, hump day, or you're looking for the weekend, or you're looking for a car or a house, or, what's the next step in your journey? Let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, I will see you guys soon. Peace.